This show may and will contain adult language. Parental guidance is suggested.
In nomine Christi, Amen.
It's time for Sundays with Dewaine. And now, here's me. That's a hell of an intro, isn't it? I don't know if that's the one I'll actually be using from now on, but I thought it would be different for this one. Hello again, everyone. It's Dewaine, and it is Sundays with Dewaine. It's no longer one man's opinion. Let me explain for those of you who did not know why I so abruptly ended the One Man's Opinion show months ago. I got a private message from someone who also did a conservative talk show on Blog Talk that we were being watched and observed. He didn't say by who, but it implied that uh, we were being monitored for, you know, for being conservatives. So I decided that that was enough. And I just abruptly ended the show without much warning. I think I did one extra show and talked about it, and that was it. But for those of you who did not know, that's the reason. It was kind of a backhanded warning that, you know, we were being watched and listened to. And I didn't want to be a victim of some government conspiracy, you know? So I figured, yeah, it's time to stop. But I've sat around on my ass for a few months now, and well, almost a year, I guess now, and I've made my opinions known on Facebook. Those of you who know me know that I do tend to spout off from time to time on my page. I've pissed off a few people here and there, and that's fine too. You know, that's part of the social intercourse of social media. You're not always going to please people. You're always going to piss off somebody because somebody takes things the wrong way or they just don't like the content of what you're posting. That's what makes free speech a wonderful thing. And it's what makes political correctness such a crappy thing because of the fact that political correctness doesn't want to have that social intercourse. They want it their way or no way at all. So I decided that I was going to do something a little different this time around. Um, I wasn't going to be so opinionated and do all the things that I was doing, all the shtick and everything from the One Man's Opinion show. But I'm still going to do some of it. I'm just not going to be as poignant as I was before. Basically, I'm just going to talk about stuff that's on my mind. If it happens to be a politician or a rock star or a rap star or a sports star, doesn't matter. If I think that it's worthy of talking about, I'm going to talk about it. But I'm not going to go into a lot of great detail for the simple fact that you're going to be bombarded with this shit all over social media and the media in general. But it's just basically what I think about it. And that's why I used to call the show One Man's Opinion because it was my opinion. But this is going to be more of a laid back affair. It's going to be completely different, but not that different from the old show. You'll figure that out, I guess, as we go along. Okay. Yeah, now that I've been so cryptic, let's get down to business here. The first thing that I want to talk about, we were talking about just a second ago, rap stars, rock stars, sports stars, and all that. The former Bruce Jenner, who is now wanting to be called Caitlyn Jenner, undergoing sex reassignment, I guess you could call it, sex change.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That's how I feel about it. Who the hell cares? If you have to flaunt your sexuality in order to feel good about yourself, mm, I'm sorry, but you don't have much of a life. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're bisexual. It doesn't matter to me. That's your life. Live your life. Plain simple to the point. You do not have to flaunt it before the rest of the world. I don't go out here and flaunt my sexuality, you know. I mean, okay. I'm going to do this one time and I'm just going to get it out here. I'm a male lesbian, okay? I've said it. I've come out of the closet. And I'm also trisexual. I'll try pretty much anything sexual. Okay. Big freaking deal. Nobody needs to know that. And you're going, oh God, I wish he hadn't said that. Oh my God, I won't be able to eat for a week. All right, look. You want to know how I feel about this? Let me tell you how I feel about it. Whether you're gay, straight, black, white, brown, blue, green, polka dot, striped, paisley, it doesn't matter to me. As long as you're a good human being, that's all that truly matters. As long as you're honest with me, as long as you treat me as a fellow traveler in this thing called life, I don't give a rat's frickin' ass what you do with yours. I just don't want to know about it, okay? What you do behind closed doors is up to you. You're grown freaking people. Act like it. Quit throwing this stuff out and say you have to like it. No, I don't. I don't have to like anything. But the thing is, I don't care. I'm not going to be judgmental. It's not up to me to judge. How you live your life is how you live your life. Okay? Deal with it. Quit throwing it in everybody's face. The gay population in the United States has been estimated to be 2%. Of course, if you listen to media, if you listen to television, the shows that have gay characters and virtually every show, you would think the gay population in this country is 50 to 75%. 2%. And this was done by a liberal polling company. So 2% of the population is trying to make itself out to be the majority. What about democracy? Democracy is the majority rules. So it means that 98% of the people in this country are freaking straight. But yet, the 2% want to pull everybody by the nose through the muck and mire and make them like it. Like I said, I don't care. If you're not screwing with my life, I'm not going to screw with yours. I've got gay family members, I got gay friends. We don't talk about it. And that's the way it should be. Just live your life. But what about gay marriage, Dewaine? Okay. And this is going to go to the straight people too, because, I'm really sick and tired of the divisiveness on this. Marriage, as defined in Webster's dictionary, is a union between a man and a woman. But gay marriage, which should not be confused with traditional marriage, can be a man and a woman and a woman. And in some cases, now there's 2 or 3 people wanting to get married at the same time. 2 husbands and a wife, or 2 wives and a husband. Hey, yeah, my wife is going no freaking way. And I couldn't do it anyway. One is enough. Thank you. But we are pushing deviancy as the norm in this country. And I'm not saying that gay people are deviant. I'm just saying that we are pushing for deviancy. Before long, it's going to be MAMBLA is going to have their rights because, well, You gave the rights to the gays. You gave the rights to the transgendered. You gave the rights to this and that. This is how we live our lives. We should be able to molest children. And some politician will say, well, yeah, we have to because, it's their right. You think I'm crazy? It's coming. It's coming. Give it another year or two. And I guarantee that Mambla is going to be out there. We already have it with the Muslims, pedophilia and all that. That's part of their religion. That's not a religion to me. It's a cult, but that's beside the point. That's a topic for another show at another time. Oh, I'm getting ready to piss off the Muslims. They'll have a jihad on my ass on this one. But I don't care. I don't care if Bruce Jenner is gay or straight or a man, a woman. It doesn't matter to me. Caitlyn Jenner, whatever you want to call her. I don't care. It's not important. Quit making it important. Get on with the important stuff, like how we're going to defeat the frickin' terrorists in this country and overseas, how we're going to get our economy back on track, how we're going to create jobs, how we're going to cut taxes to where businesses can flourish again, how we're going to get rid of the regulations that are bogging down the businesses to keep them from creating jobs and shipping jobs overseas. That's the important shit. All this other stuff is trivial bullshit, folks. It is designed to take your mind off the important stuff. It's designed to show the world how wonderful we are, and we can't even get anything accomplished in this country because we've got a bunch of mamby-pamby, limp-wristed rhinos and progressives up in Washington trying to screw the country over and turn it into something that it's not. But we're more focused on Caitlyn Jenner or the Kardashians than we are the important stuff. Who gives a rat's ass? So I want to talk about hypocrisy for a second when it comes to all this. Just a couple of examples. We have gay pride parades in this country. What if we had straight pride parades? Oh no, you couldn't have that. You'd be a hater. You'd be a homophobe. Same thing with blacks in this country. We have the NAACP. We have the Congressional Black Caucus. What if we had the NAAWP or the Congressional White Caucus? We'd be racist. We'd be bigots. We'd be haters. And that's where the problem lies, folks. It's okay to bash straights and whites, but it's not okay to bash gays or blacks. It's okay to bash Christians, but it's not okay to bash Muslims.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly.
Hypocrisy. That is the true definition. Just what I have said just now. It is the true definition of hypocrisy when you can have gay pride parades, but you can't have straight pride parades. Or you can have the NAACP, but you can't have the NAAWP, the National Association for the Advancement of White People. We shouldn't have any of it. Whatever happened to being American? Let's get away from the hyphenation and the divisiveness. We don't need any more division, folks. We have divided each other up into so many different subgroups that we're no longer Americans. We're just a bunch of hodgepodge piles of shit in this country that somebody up in Washington is controlling with little strings to make us go after each other. Like I said, I don't care if you're gay or straight, you're black, white, green, brown, whatever. As long as you're a good human being and you're good to me, I'm going to be good to you. But the minute you try to shove your shit down my throat, you best be prepared to have my shit shoved down yours. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This portion of our program is brought to you by the following sponsor. Let's face it, generic hot dogs are all the same. They're the bottom of the barrel rejects that the big hot dog companies throw away. Well, there's an alternative to those boring, tasteless, generic foods you see in your local grocery store. While some claim to be top notch or better values, we just call ourselves Pretty Good. Pretty Good Foods presents our Pretty Good hot dogs. From all beef to cheese filled, your family will say, "Hey Mom, that's pretty good!" Take our Pretty Good all meat hot dogs, made from faux artificial imitation meats with just a small amount of filler. Pretty Good hot dogs are perfect for your family. Gee, honey, this hot dog is pretty good. Thanks, baby. I opened the package, nuked it, and slapped it on a bun for you. It's that simple. What's this brown stuff? That's pretty good filler. Pieces of ground up, greasy, grimy gopher guts, some mutilated monkey meat, and some saturated snake snot for color. That's pretty good. So next time you're in your grocer's hot dog aisle, look for Pretty Good hot dogs. Ask for them by name. Pretty Good hot dogs. Another life-altering product from Consolidated Cybernetics Corporation of America, CCCOA, Buzzard Bait, Kentucky. And we're back. All right, let's get off of what we were talking about before, and let's get on with what we're going to talk about now. I want to talk a little bit about the presidential elections. Right now, we have 10 confirmed candidates on the Republican side that I'm aware of anyway, and we have 4 on the Democrat side. The media is fixated on one particular candidate on the Democrat side, and that's Hillary, the Benghazi killer, Clinton. And on the Republican side, they are more fixated on Jeb Bush than they are anybody else. If it was up to the media today, there would only be 2 candidates, Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. Why is that?
Well, the answer to that is so obvious we won't even wait around for it.
Well, I can tell you why it is. The media in this country wants to shape the debate, and they want Hillary Clinton in the White House. Now, if you look at Hillary Clinton and you look at Jeb Bush, you know what the biggest difference is? One's a man, one's a woman. Other than that, they are pretty much the same frickin' candidate. Jeb Bush wants Common Core. Jeb Bush wants to legalize millions of illegals in this country. Jeb Bush is a rhino.
Nice kid, but a little dumb.
He is a progressive in the Republican Party. The Republican Party has been dominated in recent years by the progressives, just like the Democrat Party has been dominated by the progressives. I've got a friend of mine who's a liberal. He's a classic liberal. Believes in the social safety net, and helping people out, but he also believes in small taxes, or smaller taxes anyway, fewer taxes, smaller government. And he pointed out to me that I always picked on liberals. Well, liberal has been hijacked by the progressives. And I told him, I said, dude, you're a classic liberal. You're not a liberal now. The classic liberals in this country, the conservatives got along with. Oh, yeah, we had some issues and stuff, but we could always seem to find common ground. With the progressives, there is no common ground. It's either their way or screw you. And now the progressives have infiltrated the GOP, which tells me that it's time for the GOP to die. It's time for the GOP to go away. Mitch McConnell, the bitch, McConnell. John Boehner, the Maverick, John McCain. Sounds like Beavis and Butthead to me. Lindsey Graham, and a whole bunch of others in the Republican Party who they consider themselves conservatives. There is nothing conservative about them. They're rhinos. They're progressives. They have the same agenda as the Democrat progressives do. The only difference, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. The only difference between a progressive Democrat and a progressive Republican is the progressive Democrats want to shove their shit down your throat and tell you you like it. Whereas the progressive Republicans will just give you spoonsful of it with a little sugar and say, see, it's not so bad. They all want to get to the same point where government runs your lives from cradle to the grave. But the progressive Democrats want to do it in a hurry, whereas the progressive Republicans want to do it in baby steps. And we've got enough ignorant, low to no information voters in this country that will allow the communist, the socialist, the fascist, whatever you want to call the progressive Democrats in this country, to change this country into something that it was never designed to be. Their supposed socialist utopia, which in other words means a European shithole. And I've also said this, the Democrats and the Republicans as they stand right now are two sides of the same coin that should no longer be in circulation. We need to fix the parties. The more classic liberals and conservatives in the Democrat Party, if there are any left at this point, need to rally together with the more moderate of the Republicans and create their own party. And then the rhinos in the Republican Party might as well just join them or join the fascist in the Democrat Party, because that's pretty much all they are anyway. And then the conservatives need to take back the GOP or create a new party for just conservatives. Now, someone pointed out to me, well, the conservatives would never win an election. Bullshit. If the Republicans were to get out there, the true conservatives, and point out how they could fix this country and make it where everybody had an opportunity for the American dream, that piece of the pie that the progressive Democrats say you can't have anymore, I believe more people in this country would vote for them than they would any progressive on either side of the aisle. But as long as the GOP keeps pushing these moderate, limp-wristed weenies, these loon fish that I like to call the progressives, we're not going to be able to have that. We had John McCain. Loser. Yeah, he's the maverick. We had Mitt Romney, who is as milquetoast as you can get, if you really want to be honest. I mean, yes, he would be better than what we have right now, but that's not really saying all that much because he is just another progressive as far as I'm concerned. He just wants to do it a little slower than anybody else. We need a cowboy in there again, folks. We need somebody who is going to lead this country into a brave new world. And that is going after the frickin' terrorists, killing the bastards, and bringing America back from the brink to where it should be, where it needs to be, at the top of the world, that shining city on the hill, instead of some low-life ghetto that they're trying to make it out to be. And by pushing Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush, they might as well just run on the same ticket, you know? They really should, because they're two sides of the same coin. Like I said, the biggest difference is one's a man, one's a woman. Other than that, there is no difference. We need leadership in this country. honestly. What we have right now doesn't pass even close to leadership. It passes as idiocy. That's putting it very lightly. We've got a bunch of morons who probably have the best intentions in the world to remake this country into something that it's not. And you've got a bunch of low to no information voters in this country that would happily make it happen, not realizing that they are screwing themselves and their posterity because they've been brainwashed all their lives by college professors and teachers and the media, movies, TV. They're heroes or stars who go along with this stuff. They've been sold a bill of goods, like the ones that believe Al Gore and his global warming alarmist stuff, Chicken Little, the sky's going to fall, when the world has not gotten warmer, even though NOAA is fudging the numbers again in order to make it look like there's been warming, but it's already been debunked by so many people now that have come out and told the truth that all this is where the Democrats can tax the shit out of you, where you have nothing and they get it all and they can give it to whoever the hell they want. That's what it amounts to. Al Gore stands to become a multi-billionaire over this, folks. That's why he's pushing that agenda. And he's just another lying scumbag as far as I'm concerned. Just like Hillary Clinton is another lying scumbag. Just like Jeb Bush is another lying scumbag. We've got a lot of scumbags running our government right now. I could call them a hell of a lot worse, trust me. I don't want to use the F bomb, though, because these MFers need to go away. They need to be extinct. They need to go the way of the dodo, all right? Oh, anyway. You know, this is a grand experiment, like I said earlier. Um, I don't know if I'm going to do this for very long. It just depends on you, I guess, what kind of feedback I get, positive and negative. I'd really like your feedback. You know how to get a hold of me. You can private message me. You can put it right on my page. Doesn't matter. You can call me the biggest scumwad in the world because I don't believe what you believe. You can unfriend me. You can do whatever you want. But I hope to get some feedback on this because I want to keep doing this. I want my opinion out there because I know I speak for a lot of people. A lot of people that don't have a voice. Or maybe they don't know how to express it. That's what I'm going to be trying to do, is to speak for some of those people. I may piss you off. I may make you laugh. I may make you scream. I don't know. But I want to make you think. Use what God gave you, folks. Don't use your heart as a measure of your intelligence. Use your brain.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
And you too will see what I see. A world gone mad. We need to straighten it out. One person at a time. Until next Sunday, y'all have a great week.